It is 2019 and heart disease is still the #1 cause of death in America. CBS News article published in 2013 going over how crazy is this? At least 200,000 deaths each year from cardiovascular disease could be prevented. More than half of those deaths involve people under 65. And also, this is saying that this is not the first time I'm hearing this number. I've read before many times that 80% of deaths from coronary artery disease is in fact preventable. I cannot believe January 31st, 2019, CNN has an article that nearly half of US adults have cardiovascular disease. And this is like still a serious issue. What?
This is not okay. 5 steps that are so effective that are gonna save your life. Let's go ahead. #1. Make a commitment right now. This is your sign, this is your time. Make a commitment at least 8 weeks, an exclusively plant-based diet.
Back in the 1980s, Dr. Dean Ornish and colleagues found that a lifestyle intervention, including a low-fat vegetarian diet, aerobic exercise, and stress management. After 1 year, patients in the lifestyle intervention group had a 91% reduction in the frequency of chest pain, whereas those in the control group, they had a 165% rise in frequency of chest pain. How crazy is that? Even after 5 years, the lifestyle intervention group continued to have their heart disease decrease and decrease. In 2017, the BROAD study was published, where the participants in the experimental group simply ate a plant-based diet as the only intervention, without exercise, without stress management, and without even counting or restricting calories. Amazingly, not only was this the most effective weight loss intervention to date without calorie restriction, the average reduction in total cholesterol was statistically significant at all time periods for the plant-based intervention group. In 2001, this article published by cardiologist Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn went over angiograms of before and after a plant-based diet. Here is an angiogram of an artery before and after 32 months of a plant-based diet without cholesterol-lowering medications. Be sure to do your own research. Dr. Dean Ornish has a lifestyle medicine program and just came out with another book titled Undo It that was published January 2019. Definitely check out all of the research on his website, as well as the research on Dr. Esselstyn's website too. And, of course, Dr. Michael Greger's website called nutritionfacts.org, where you can watch quick, credible videos going over research, making things super easy to understand with all of the sources cited.
Alright, but not just a plant-based diet. We want this to be obviously a healthy, balanced plant-based diet. The way I do this with my clients, I actually have one particular client in mind who really slashes cholesterol in half. You know how I work with my clients? I've actually worked with a lot of heart patients and heart clients. Right now in my practice, I set them up with a really pretty extensive questionnaire going over what's their budget, what equipment do they have, what do they like, what do they not like, what do you already have in the cupboard, every single detail possible that I need to know, so that, and of course it goes over your health history and what your goals are, ... so that I'm also a plant-based chef. I chef at women's retreats in California and in Hawaii, and I put together recipes and a meal plan for 1 week that is possible for you, that makes it easy and seamless and not stressful for you, so that you're able to see what a healthy plant-based diet looks like, feels like, tastes like, you know, just to have some kind of a plan. And this particular client was like, I don't cook. I don't have time to cook. I don't have equipment. This is not happening. I was like, okay, cool. Like, where do you go out to eat? Where is the salad bar by you? Like, is there any by your work? And sure enough, I was able to come up with a meal plan literally without even him cooking at all. And this is the client who significantly, like, his doctor emailed him being like, keep this up. You're doing amazing, blah, blah, blah. Yes. So exclusively plant-based diet necessary, but not just a plant-based diet. I do recommend a couple of supplements to my clients as well, and one of those supplements is a comprehensive whole food multivitamin. Some good brands that I like are the Mega Food brand, Pure Essence Labs is a good one, Real Food Organics is good. I like the Natural Factors Whole Earth and Sea one. Really good whole food. I don't like too many synthetic forms of vitamins in my life. However, it's so essential to get your vitamin B12. I like a D3. There's probably some iodine, some K2, some zinc, some selenium. Get some things you need in there. Some of them have really good herbal blends to support what your age group is, whether you're male or female, that kind of a thing. And another supplement that is essential is a DHA EPA omega-3 algae-derived supplement. The one I take at the moment is the Sun Warrior Heart and Mind supplement. There's a lot of really good ones out there. I like the Aura, nothing fishy here. Also Life Fuel, LYFE. They have a really good algae-derived EPA DHA that also has bioavailable turmeric with some black pepper in there. So that really helps with inflammation and immunity, ... Why are these omega-3s, DHA, EPA so essential? Wait, backing up. I of course include every single day in those meal plans at least 2 tablespoons of either ground flax seeds, soaked chia seeds, hemp seeds, just as they are, I love hemp seeds, or a 1/4 cup of walnuts. Why these 4 foods? These are great sources of omega-3 fatty acids, okay? Omega-3s are able to get converted to DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, the most abundant fatty acid in our brain, and EPA. These 2 are very essential for our heart health, for our brain health, for our blood health. Whoa. And yeah, they are essential. So omega-3s and omega-6s are essential fatty acids. What does that mean? That means our bodies are not able to create them. Just like, you know, the amino acids, the essential amino acids to make up proteins, some of them our bodies are able to make. Same with the fats, okay? However, just like we don't need to be eating animals for protein, we don't need to be taking in fish for the healthy fats. Our bodies not only are able to convert omega-3s into DHA and EPA, our really good food science engineer people are really good at taking very clean sources from algae. So there's not going to be any mercury, heavy metals, not going to be any antibiotic, you know, because they feed all the fishes antibiotics, even the wild fish, there's been shown to be antibiotics up in there. And you're not going to have like rancid fish burps. Like very good supplements are able to take the algae and make preformed DHA EPA in a supplement for you, as well as taking that supplement, take one of those 4 sources of omega-3s, okay? So that our bodies aren't overproducing the non-essential fatty acids like triglycerides. So if we're not taking in enough omega-3s and omega-6s, which it's not that much, you only need like 2 tablespoons a day to get your needs met, okay? So it's really not that big of a deal. But yeah, if we're not taking that in, our bodies are like, oh no, there's no essential fatty acids. I guess we'll just make a ton of triglycerides because that's all we know how to make. And then your triglycerides are going to be through the roof and you're going to be like, what the heck? I'm eating a plant-based diet, Katie. Like, why aren't I getting a good blood lipid profile? That's probably one of the main reasons why. So yeah, I definitely recommend, first of all, get yourself a little notepad, write down what are your favorite plant-based meals, okay? Every single meal. What do you like for breakfast that happens to be plant-based? What do you like for lunch that you could do? What do you like for dinner? And take in those supplements, at least B12 and D3 and an algae-derived omega-3, okay? So that's step number 1. You good. Step number 2 is be intentional about what you're purchasing. When you're going out to eat and when you're going to the grocery store, avoid those empty calories. What are empty calories? Empty calories are processed fats and added sugars. What is a processed fat? Okay, is an avocado a processed fat? No, an avocado is whole just as it is. That is avocado. Sure, avocados are 80% fat. However, that's really like, it's got some fiber, it's got some color in there. Avocado oil, on the other hand, this is going to be absorbed so quickly, okay? That liquid, where there's no fiber, no nothing to slow down the absorption of this oil. Did you know that oil and blood don't mix, okay? Fat and blood don't mix, just like fat and water don't mix. okay? So the body is like, oh my gosh, all of this quickly absorbed fat, this is, oh no, like what do we do? The liver is really good at producing cholesterol and hormones. The liver does so much, first of all. So if you drink, like, take care of your liver, like, take it easy on the alcohol. Your liver's like, that's gonna be a, take it easy on the alcohol. No alcohol when you're trying to reverse your heart disease, okay? Because your liver makes these hormones like cholesterol and you're causing fatty liver and all these things. Anyways, your liver is like, let's release some low density lipoproteins, aka LDL cholesterol, so that we're able to transport all of this oil and all of these fats throughout the body. So eating oil is going to jack up those LDLs, okay?
Why is it bad to have high levels of LDL cholesterol? When LDL levels are high, it can accumulate in the walls of our arteries.
So yes, even oil, not the best thing. It's really pretty processed. Especially read your ingredients labels. Make sure our peanut butter does not contain hydrogenated oils. Hydrogenated oils is when they take a healthy fat, like peanuts, like from peanuts, it's actually an unsaturated fat, and they turn it into a saturated fat so that it's solid at room temperature, so that it's shelf stable. Basically what they're doing is they're adding hydrogens in so that it's, yeah, it's more solid at room temperature. It goes from being like nice and liquidy, like with the separation of the oil and the peanut butter on the bottom, to being this like saturated fat, and it aka hydrogenated oils is like another word for trans fats. So we don't want to be eating trans fats, we don't want to be eating hydrogenated oils. There should only be one ingredient on your almond butter, on your peanut butter, and it should be almonds or peanuts, okay? So yeah, avoiding processed fats for dang sure.
It is still being researched what types of fats are considered health promoting and whether or not certain oils do increase LDL cholesterol levels. Research published in January 2018 comparing butter, coconut oil, and olive oil with LDL cholesterol levels found that although butter and coconut oil are saturated fats, the coconut oil had more similar of an effect to LDL cholesterol as the olive oil. Coconut oil and olive oil are plant-based and are shown to be healthier than butter. However, I believe it would be prudent to recommend the types of fats that are minimally processed and that were shown to be effective at reversing heart disease in research mentioned earlier in this video.
And then yeah, obviously like added sugars, this is also going to jack up our triglycerides and throw our hormones all out of whack, which throws our cholesterol all out of whack. So this is really sneaky too. So people are like, I don't eat a lot of sweets. Well, even my athletes, I've worked with a bunch of athletes who have high triglycerides and poor cholesterol numbers, and the reason why is because they're like carby, like eating all the carbs and not eating those healthy fats. And like these carbs, it can be snuck into things like granola has a lot of added oils and added sugars. Even rice cakes, so puffed grains, are actually pretty high glycemic, and these can jack up your blood sugar levels, okay? So yeah, so things that like, which is confusing because puffed grains isn't necessarily an added sugar, okay? But if there's anything on the ingredients label that rhymes with gross, or obviously if it says any kind of sugar is added in there, let's minimize that product and avoid that product. And this can also, oils and sugars are really snuck into things like tortillas, breads, cereals, even plant-based yogurts have a lot of added sugar. So yeah, reducing those empty calories is going to be really, really essential for reversing not only heart disease, but a lot of other diseases, and, you know, feeling healthy mindset, and yeah, just, yeah. Tip number 3 is eat balanced meals to meet your needs and balance those hormones. Insulin, the blood sugar hormone that helps to bring our blood sugar down, that's a hormone, okay? So all of these things are hormones, and yes, like cholesterol, these things are produced in the liver, it's all connected. And I just want to put it out there that this one client who really significantly slashed his cholesterol in half, before working with me, he was really excited about intermittent fasting. And yes, I do think it's essential to wait at least, you know, maybe if you're an athlete, like 8 to 10 to 12 hours, if you're really having trouble getting the calories in before breakfast, you know, just give yourself some time to like feel true hunger and to give your body a break. You don't want to be eating at all obscene hours of the day and night and like just always be having high blood sugar. Obviously, I feel like that's not a good idea. It's a good idea to have a balanced meal and like let your hormones have their rise and fall. So like the blood sugar rises and it falls, and it rises and it falls. But when we're eating things that are free or very low in empty calories, hopefully we'll be more of like an even keel, okay? We get hungry and we get back to normal. We get hungry and we get back to normal. And eating balanced plant-based meals, like making sure we're intentional about including, yes, I want to say, all whole plant foods do contain protein, carbohydrates, and fat. Those are the 3 macronutrients. All whole plant foods, even bananas, have protein and fat, but very, very, very minimal amounts of those things, okay? Bananas are definitely mostly carbohydrates, and I think it is a good idea just for long-term health and to stabilize our hormones and feel really good and satisfied and like have our good digestion, have good BMs, bowel movements, to be intentional about including a source of protein, fat, and carb with each meal, okay? So making sure we're including, if you look at the power plate, something like vegetable, fruit, whole grain, and then a legume, that kind of a thing, just having our meals be wholesome, balanced, plant-based meals, nothing crazy, nothing extreme. We're not restricting ourselves like of any macronutrient, you know what I mean? Just have it be nice and balanced, and keep in mind that fat is 9 calories per gram versus carbohydrate and protein is only 4 calories per gram. So to meet our needs for fat, we need like very, very small amounts of it, like even like a garnish, versus protein and carbs, we can eat more of that to get our needs met. Does that make sense? Yeah, fat, we don't need to eat as much because it's just more calories per gram. So the serving sizes of fat is a lot smaller. I hope that made sense. Basically the point here is to not be super, super extreme with starving ourselves all day long and only eating 1 meal per day, or only eating, you know, a watermelon for breakfast and like rice cakes for lunch. You know what I mean? Like just eat a balance of different colors and flavors and textures and macronutrients with each meal. Okay. Tip number 4, and this is like a core, seriously important tip right here, this should probably be number 1, is get your mind right. So one of the very first things I require of my clients is to request support. Who are 5 people that you can reach out to right now, whether it be people, these should be people that you see often, like your family members, your coworkers, your friends, that you can request support from in this journey of reversing your heart disease and lowering your cholesterol. So maybe you like to play video games with these couple of friends, or maybe you have coworkers that are often bringing in donuts and pizza. Instead of going against your friend and going against your coworkers and being like, ugh, and like sticking to yourself, it's going to be a lot easier to have long-term lasting changes, to have these important people in your life be with you in your journey, okay? So I'm having a conversation like, hey, I want to let you know that I'm really trying to get healthy right now, and I would love it if you could support me in doing that. Or is that something you could support me in doing? I'm going to be transitioning to a plant-based diet, and there's lots of research showing that this is really beneficial for my heart health. Maybe please support me in this. Like, thank you so much for bringing in the donuts and the pizza. It's been so much fun. However, I want to let you know, like, it'd be awesome if you could grab a salad instead for me, or like I'll bring my own food, but like, please, like, your support means everything to me. Thank you so much. You know what I mean? Like, just have that conversation. It may be challenging. You may get some backlash, and like, have that be okay. The most important relationship that we have is with ourselves. We are in our own heads 24/7, nobody else. And people can choose their perspective of you, they can judge you, they can change their minds about you, they can have opinions about you. But truly, truly, I feel so much peace knowing that the only opinion that matters is the one we have about ourselves, okay? And of course, getting our mind right is about like choosing a perspective that serves us and taking responsibility, not being a victim for where we're at right now. So whatever situation we're at with our health, know that we're not a victim to this. There is always something that we can do to create what we want in this moment, okay? There's nothing truly true about us, okay? I really believe that it's all about our perception and all about our perspective. And I work with my clients about not only setting goals, but setting feelings that they want to feel with these goals and honing in on that feeling every single moment of every single day. I have clients that say, I want to feel confident, I want to feel excited, I want to feel vibrant and bright and joyful. And we talk about it together, and I say, all right, like, of course, like, yeah, I can understand that you're feeling really fearful right now with your condition, and that it's really stressful and overwhelming. That's like that like totally makes sense. And let's notice that there's infinite possibility to experience joy and confidence right here, right now. And let's feel into how that feels and visualize what it's like to achieve our health goals, and just paint that picture and create it every single day. So to create the healthy body and the healthy mind that we've never had before, we're going to have to do things that we've never done before. We're going to have to get over this fear of failing, this fear of making mistakes, this fear of, being hard on ourselves, okay? So let's take this on with compassion and celebrate the failures, celebrate the mistakes. And it's okay to rest, it's okay to be lazy sometimes, and just know that this is all, I'm only here to help you, okay? This is all literally just for your own happiness, and it's about time we draw into that happiness right here, right now. Okay, the only way that we're going to be able to do the things that we want to do and be the person we want to be for the most important people in our lives is if our own cup is full, if we are taking care of our health and feeling compassion from the inside out. Okay, so mindset is so key. Request support, shift your perception, shift your perspective on your situation, and you will heal. Okay. And it's all about belief too. If you say that you're not going to heal, then of course you're not going to heal. But if you believe that you can, and you visualize that you are, and you live from that heart space of I am joyful and healed and confident, of course. So very, very important tip right there. Get your mindset on top of it. You can do it. You can do it if you say you can. Last but not least, tip number 5, of course, love, connection, nature, exercise. What do you love to do? This is just like, I am a holistic dietitian. I really take into account everything going on in my clients' lives. And if they're not going outside ever at all, the sunshine, the UV light is so essential for health. Just 20 minutes a day, take a deep breath out in nature, like, it's going to be really important. Of course, exercising, getting your heart rate up. The heart is a muscle too, and for reversing heart disease, it is important to work this muscle, okay? So exercise, and please right now write down a list of things that you love to do. What do you do for fun? Do you like gardening? Do you like reading magazines? Do you like, I don't know, painting your nails? What do you love to do? And make sure you do one of those things every single day. This is your life, and it's all about having fun and drawing in the excitement and joy every single day. And I think that, our heart, this is our center of our soul, and like, disease really is dis-ease. And I feel like when our heart is at ease, and when we're doing things we enjoy, and when we're feeling connected and understood, and having those difficult conversations, going through all of the contacts of our phone, who needs a text from us saying I forgive you, or I'm sorry, or I love you, or thank you? Like, let's heal all of those wounds. Let's just like pour our heart open and reverse our heart dis-ease right now. Okay, reach out to somebody. There's always somebody there who can talk with us about these things. And let's try new things. Let's never stop learning, never stop growing. And yeah, I'm so grateful to be a part of your journey here. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give this a thumbs up if you liked it, if you learned something new. Comment what did you learn below, what questions do you have, what videos would you like to see, and if you have not subscribed, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Click the little bell to be notified for all my videos. I do upload weekly. And I would be so more than happy to help you reverse your cholesterol and get you feeling better. Mind, body, soul, spirit, everything. I do for sure so holistic with my approach. Yeah, comment below or send me an email. I'll leave all my contact info down below. Hit me up on Instagram at vitamin.katie, Katie. Oh, have a beautiful, incredible, wonderful life, and you're amazing. You can do anything you set your mind to, okay? Much love. You can do it. Bye.